Hello friends, welcome to my channel Code for Self, and today we are going to discuss Terraform tutorial part 2, that is journey from beginners to expert. So before proceeding, let's have a quick review of previous video, which is Terraform tutorial part 1. The link I will provide it in the description section of this video, so we can go through that. So as on date on this video, we can see total views on video is 162, total likes are 4 like, total subscription of overall channel we just reached 25, and the new subscriber in this week after this posting this video is 3. So I have just mentioned 3 plus because definitely we have a hope for best for more subscribers. And one comment that we got from one of our subscriber, and thank you so much for adding the comment, and definitely I will provide the PDF document in the link section of this video, as well as I will update the another video. Please keep posting your comment, it will help us to be connected and improve us as in way. So as in overall data, friends, this is definitely a good data that's boost up, but somewhere we need more in all sections, okay? And because as we believe that Code for Self is not just a channel, it is a commitment to self, with saying that I will do coding for self, I will learn for self, and that's the most important thing. Friends, as in techies, as in professionals, 5 days in a week we do coding for others, definitely for others, companies, projects, clients we serve with our best. But somewhere the work that we do, it's definitely on given technology framework guideline. But have you ever think how many times or how many lines of code we write for self, for our self grooming, for our self skills development? Maybe it is difficult to answer, and that's why here we stand with Code for Self. So we will learn every weekend something new. That is our commitment for self, and that's the Code for Self, and that's what we are doing it. So please support this mission, because definitely this is our all missions, it's your mission, okay? So let's try to get total subscription 50. So here we can see 25 number, we are expecting it's 50 number in a month, because in a month we have a 4 week, we have a 4 videos, and each video we need 6 new subscriber, okay? So with this new target, with this commitment, let's start with today's topic. So we will quickly jump on our today's topic, Terraform tutorial part 2. So this is Terraform tutorial part 2. Okay, before we start, let's quickly revisit the Terraform tutorial part 1. So in part 1, what exactly we have learned, and same PDF I'm going to share it on YouTube channel, video is already present. I'm just going to revisit the topics. So in last video we have learned what is Terraform, how to install Terraform on Windows, Visual Studio Code extensions need to install, Terraform components, Terraform configuration file, set up AWS access keys and secret keys, set up AWS CLIs, Terraform commands, that is init, plan, apply and destroy, Terraform providers, and it's all in demo. So that's what 10 topics we have covered in last video. In this video we are going to cover Terraform resources, implicit dependency, explicit dependencies, output block, and lifecycle meta arguments. So let's start with Terraform resources. So Terraform resources, as its name, a Terraform resource is like a building block in your infrastructure blueprint. So if you have to create, manage or update a specific piece of code, then for example it could be the virtual machine or database or block storage or load balancer. So for that you need to this Terraform resource blocks comes. So that if I say the syntax, so definitely in AWS we have to we have to create all these resources. So there are two ways. One is go to console, log into console and manually do it, and second way is Terraform. But how the Terraform knows the resources? So it is having the syntax. Syntax start with resource. It start with AWS underscore instance. So AWS is a provider. So for Google it will be different, for Azure it will be different. It is AWS. Instances, either EC2 instance or S3, or what are the resource name. So that's what it's start with. This name we can find it in Terraform document URL repository, because this is the constant. There may be no here and there syntax or anything can be changed, otherwise Terraform will not recognize the AWS instance. Next parameter is example. This is for our local Terraform file use. So we can see example, or we can put in name. We are saying that at the time of creating instances, check the AMI, what will be AMI and what is the type. Okay, so with this block we can create a resource on AWS, that is EC2 resource on AWS. Okay, and that's what it is all about. Type, name, arguments, AMI, instance type. Okay, and if you go and see this provider link, which I have already shared it here, so if you check, AWS instance, it is already there, so we have to use the same. Okay, and definitely as an argument, as I said, there are few is which is mandatory, which is required, and which is, someone is optional. Okay, so we are going to create an instance via console, and same way we are going to create it via Terraform, and we will see the difference how it is. So let's jump up on AWS console. Okay, so this is our AWS console. I have already logged in. I am on US East 1. Okay, and so let's go and create the instance. Okay, so this is our EC2. Let me log into EC2. So first of all, manually I will create the instance, and same instance I will try to create from Terraform. So that is the whole purpose. So if I go and launch the instance, okay, and if without clicking anything, if I just click on launch, so first thing it is asking me the key pair. Okay, so okay, so let me first give the name. Okay, name is one. Okay, so with this provider, okay, so what exactly it will do, it will go and create the install the AWS provider with the latest Terraform version. Okay, so we can do that. Otherwise we have another option also. So if you simply go and click here provider, so AWS provider. Okay, so we can basically find the provider code here, but right now I have already written. So what I will do, I will quickly go and run the command. So for running the command, what exactly I'm going to this folder, okay, where this is present. So it is present here. Okay, I'm going to open a terminal. So instead of Visual Studio Code terminal, I can use any terminal. It's better I am using the git bash. Okay, so it is a bit clear to us, and we can write the code. So first thing is I'm writing Terraform init. Okay, and let's start with, so it is just installing. Okay, so Terraform has init command has been installed. Okay, so we are good. Now let's go and start take the um, resource command. Okay, so for this, if you go and check, so I have already provided code how to launch the instance. So for launching instance, same code you can find on Terraform here also, but right now I'm not giving it considering the time constraints. So I need to quickly show this demo. So I'm saying resource, I'm saying AWS instance because I need to create the instance. My local name is example and my AMI. So what is this AMI? AMI is basically this AMI. So we have to come here. We can take this AMI. So let me create the copy and paste it here. Okay. Then if you see, it is T2 micro. So I have already provided instance underscore type is equal to T2 micro. Okay. And then it's taken the key value pair. So for key value pair, what exactly we need to take? Uh, key name, okay, key underscore name. So key underscore name, what I have taken. So let me go to PDF. Okay, so I'm going to create another resource. Okay, and that will be this one. So this AWS key pair. So if you simply try to go and find it in Terraform, so you will able to find it. Let me quickly go and show you. Find it here. Okay, let me open it again. Okay, so I need to find AWS key pair. Okay, so data source key pair. Okay, so if you see, it is here. Okay, I have just taken this copied it and pasted it over here. So all the commands you will able to find it in this document. So you simply need to follow it, you need to check it and share it. So this is our key, public key, which I have added it here. Okay, and let me copy it again. That's better. Copy it from here. Okay, so we have done. I have added the key name. Why key name is important? Because I need key name here. It's otherwise it doesn't allow me to select. So I have added my tag, my first Terraform EC2, and this is my instance name is EC2 console server. Okay, so let me launch this one. So first one I will launch it via console. Okay, so it's launched successfully. If I go an instance, it is running. Okay, so now let me try with the Terraform. So in Terraform I have everything done with my resource. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply add command. Okay, terraform plan. So these commands we have already checked in my past video. So if I say click on enter, okay, so it's given me the plan of two to add. So one is key thing and second one is AWS instance. So these two things is say that it's need to add. So if I apply Terraform apply, okay, I'm adding yes. Okay, key value creating, instance creating. Okay, so it's done, applied. So let me go and check my EC2. So if I go and refresh it, I can see two EC2 are there. One is console and one is my Terraform. So this way we can apply and we can create the EC2. So that the one example we have seen about resources, how to create the resources. Another example we will see, let's suppose if I need to create the S3 bucket. Okay, so for S3 bucket also, if you see AWS S3 bucket, so it is mentioned here. Let me go and check it. S3 bucket. So whatever the example I have taken, it is there. So even though you can copy the same, otherwise you can copy with the example which I have given it into the PDF. So even if I take the same, just copy it, go to Terraform, add it. Okay, so here bucket name I need to provide the unique, and for that I can provide any new good ID. Okay, and that's I can take it from, right now I can take it from PDF, but for uniqueness you can provide any new good ID. Okay, because name should be the identical. So if I just provide, even though I can provide any name, but it's better to provide the unique name, otherwise it will show, throw an error. So name will be my bucket and it is there. Okay, so now if I need to apply the S3 and check S3 is running or not, so at present in my console, if I go and check S3, yeah, so till now we have seen this is for S3 bucket creation resource block, so which we have applied in our Terraform, and we can see our S3 is also created. So if I go to EC2, I will see my S3 is created. Okay, so let's start to the next one is implicit dependency. So what is the implicit dependency is, so let's suppose if I am creating a resource and that is having dependency of another resource in a running sequence. So if I want my first resource should be created, that I need to use that ID to provide as an input to my next resource. So let's suppose we have created the EC2 and this is for AWS Elastic IP. So my Elastic IP instance need to associate with EC2 instance, whatever is generating at runtime. So how we can do this is called implicit dependency. So to achieve it, what exactly we will do? If I go to AWS, sorry, in cloud and code, so here I have mentioned AWS EIP. Okay, the same code we can find it uh, in that is resource also, Terraform AWS documentation also. So AWS EIP. Okay, this is the same code is there. Okay, and I have mentioned it the same. So I have provided that my instance name is AWS instance, which is this one. Okay, dot example dot id. So whatever the id it will generate, I need to take that id and assign it to it. So first this instance will run and then this instance will run. Okay, so that is the whole demo. We will quickly do it now itself. So if you right now see my resources are applied, so let me destroy it. Clear, Terraform destroy. Yes, So after destroying, we will apply it again, and we will see in which sequence my resources are generating and how it is basically my elastic IP get associated with the AWS EC2 IP. So let it complete. It is still destroying. So let me go and see. It is no more there. So right now we are seeing that my key pair got created. Okay, my S3 got created, my EC2 got created, and at the end my EIP created. Why it is at the end? Because of implicit dependency. So that the whole I need to demonstrate and share it with you all. So that's what we have done it. Now let's go and see what is explicit dependency. Explicit dependency means by a code only I will say that, hey, this resource first I need to create, and then I need to then next resource need to create. So that's what we can do it with any resource, any resource. So for example, let's suppose if I have this S3 bucket. Okay, so what I'm saying that S3 bucket need to create after basically AWS instance. So let me go and apply it. Okay, so my explicit dependency depends on. So basically I'm saying uh, bucket. Okay, example. Okay, so this instance is depends on bucket. So first my bucket will create, then my instance will create, then this one will create. Okay, so this one also we will see it in some demo. So let me quickly destroy it. Okay, Terraform apply, sorry, plan. Okay, so right now I'm going to remove this dependency thing. Okay, because it is not allowing me to destroy. So let me save it and destroy it first. Yes. So it is destroying. Okay, done. So now let me go and apply this explicit dependency. Okay, so now let me go and apply Terraform plan. Okay, okay, I think it's having two time example, so that is wrong. It should be one. Let me try it with again. So in explicit dependency, we will see our EC2 is having dependency. So first my S3 will create and then EC2 will create. So we will see that. Apply. Okay, yes. Okay, so first my key pair is created. My S3 bucket got created because it is having dependency on AWS instance, and then my AWS instance got created, and at the end my elastic IP will get created. Elastic IP get created. So this way sequencing also, in which sequence we have to create our resources, we can define it via implicit dependency as well as explicit dependency. So if you go and see elastic IP, so elastic IP, and it is being associated also. So associated is 0 I 0D1. So if I go and see the instance, it is having the same instance ID. So that's what we have learned till now. Last one quickly, we will see the output block. So what is the purpose of output block is, the Terraform output block allows you to define output values of your Terraform configurations. These output exposed specific information about your instance, ID, name, public IP. So let's suppose these IDs got created. Okay, it's good, it's created. You receive the message also, it is created successfully. But sometime you need some specific IP, that what is my IP, whatever the resources being created, what is my IP. So for that we have the output block. So that start with the output, and then this name we can put anything as per our name. Okay, and what is my value will be the related resources information which we need. Let's suppose if AWS instance I need, I will provide this one. So let's quickly and see the demonstration also. So basically it is output. Okay, it is asking name can be any name. So my local output. Okay, and if I say value, so value will be, I'm saying AWS instance. Okay, dot I need ID. Okay, so ID I need that. Okay, so that the one thing value. We can also provide description also. So if I see the description, this is AWS instance ID. Okay, and there is one more parameter, and that is called your basically sensitive. So I will say this is sensitive false. Why sensitive false? Because I want to see it, but there are few information which is sensitive. So let's suppose you are printing and someone behind your laptop or behind your seat, someone seeing it, and you don't want that anyone need to see that. So what you can do, something like let's suppose you are getting get password data. Okay, so this is AWS password data, and here I will say security true. So security true means no one will be able to see this value. So considering this, okay, let's go and destroy it again, whatever we have created, and we will create it again. Okay, so duplicate output. Yep, so duplicate is, it should be unique name, my local, uh, okay, my output EC2. So we are doing it again. So here we are doing two things. First thing is this output block we are checking, and we have just mentioned the code about the output block. Output block ID as well as password. So it is having three parameter. One is value, description, and sensitive. So I am saying value will be ID and it is not sensitive, and password value will be password. Password I am getting as in value, and that will be the sensitive. And I already mentioned what is the purpose of output block is basically whatever the instance we are creating, I need the information after creation of that. So that's what we are doing it, and this is all about plan. So you will see this is Terraform plan. Okay, so let me go and create it. Okay, so okay, okay, great. So basically you can see this is my resources are already created. So if you go and see, it is there. Let me see. It is running. Yep. So that's why after applying it, I can even see it how the output will be. Output will be something like this. So this is my ID which is being created, I have already there, and this is my password which is saying sensitive values. So this is all about output block which we have just checked. And last one is lifecycle meta argument. So lifecycle meta argument is something like, uh, let's suppose at any instance, okay, normally if I need to go and ask it that no one should able to terminate it. Okay, so what I need to go manually, I need to go here and select the instance, allow the production rules and all. Okay, so that things I can do. I will go to security, that is manual. But if I need to do it from Terraform, so for doing Terraform, we have two options. We have the options that is called lifecycle meta argument, and we provide this in under this section. Okay, so this is all about. Let me quickly go and apply it for EC2. So EC2 is saying that, so it is having four values: create, before, destroy. So if I say create before destroy means before destroying it will first create new EC2 and then it will destroy it. So it will apply like that. I have another thing, prevent destroy. So it doesn't allow me to destroy. So at a time one we apply, it is having four. I have just copied paste four. So let's go and apply one. Okay. So I'm going to apply one only. Okay. Now if I go and put it Terraform plan. Okay, and now if I go and do Terraform basically destroy, because my resources are already running, so I just need to destroy it. Okay, so see, instance cannot be destroyed because I have already applied the lifecycle prevent destroy settings. Okay, so this is all about the lifecycle meta argument which we have learned. So that's it for today's session, friends. So this is just a quick recap again. So Terraform resources we have learned, implicit dependency, explicit dependency, output block, and lifecycle meta argument we have written. So I will say thanks again. Thanks for your all valuable support. Thanks for your time. Please keep watching the videos, and please like and subscribe the videos, and do all your best support. Thank you so much.